All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shines a blessing all day. I was just going coming back with a little impromptu video, man. You know what? It's crazy because I just got home from a lift, man. It's just crazy how and it's like yeah, man. By His mercies we aren't consumed. Like as I'm gonna get to, like one, we're alive in the Most High and your house shines body, and we're naturally alive. It's actually going to tie into something I'm getting ready to talk about too, because this is crazy, man. Man, I just actually got off the lift, man. Some Edom. I had a good conversation with him, man. And it was just crazy because he said it's crazy. The first thing he even said before I got in, he says, all glory to God, things that nature. He just told me how it was very inspirational. It was good. Like he just told me how he beats cancer, man, and like and how he's about to turn 70, I believe, man. And it was good, man. It's just like it was a good conversation, man. But it was all going to like about being alive and like but you know what it is too when I talk to this guy because I don't know him too much personally, but man, I was like, listen, man, I like that because like as we go forth, I'm going to go into it more, but like, but you know what it is too, like it was just crazy, man, because it's like you know that's why it's good to talk people in the word, out the word, man. Like honestly, man, because this word is life, but um. He's just going to so yeah, man, because he's just going because we talked about a lot, because I had just left Ardmore, but we talked about a lot, but he said, listen, man, he said, listen, I just accept it, man. He said, listen, if it's my time, it's my time. If it's not my time, he's pretty much that the Lord's will be done, man, and that's what it is, and that's the spirit and mentality he had, man. I was like, damn, so but a lot of times too, man. And most on your house child, man. Even you see this in life, like you see this in life, but you like a lot of times you had that willing of acceptance, not acceptance of so especially something you done, because like even that would to the degree of like say a David for that like when that in that example when Nathan came up to say in 2 Samuel 12 say thou art the man, he said listen, and he accepted it. You'll get that mercy, man. No, yeah, it is a perfect example. You'll get that mercy, not like something one reward for your bad behavior, one like expecting something good when it's something that you did your fault. Pretty much like what First Peter 2:20 goes into, because that's what's being pushed on a lot of people. That's where that this new philosophy, new age, or this new thing going on with self care. This new type of self care, not the actual self care, is when you make bad decisions, then you want like a war for it, or you want like oh, I'm just gonna do some self care now. I'm just gonna go shopping and go to eat and stuff like that. Just doing pretty much not like being accountable for your actions. Pretty much like you made bad decisions. Now you want like you want to be quote unquote selfish, or you want yeah, man. Let's get it real quick since I'm getting to or like things of that nature. Let's get to First Peter 2:20 because I didn't really want to go here, but let's go it. First Peter 2:20. For what glory is it when ye be buffeted for your own faults? When ye shall take it patiently. But what if ye do well and suffer for it? Yeah, kind of what I'm going to. Yeah, exactly. Suffer for it. Yet take it patiently. This is acceptable with your house. So yeah, and this is what I'm kind of going to, man, because I had the conversation with him, man, and it's kind of good. So yeah, man, not doing something that that you cause on yourself. You want like pity for, or you want this self care for. No, it's like but see on the other side, like when you read down, it says but you're suffering, but you're taking it like a champ, man. And that's what like I just got from the conversation I had with the with him with him earlier, like like not like what 30 minutes ago, not like an hour ago, so not too long ago. But yeah, when we was talking, when he dropped me off, man. And so he went through a lot, man. I was like, listen, man, you should write a book, man. This is kind of interesting story, but but he said, but main thing I got is he said, main thing I got with it, man, it was more of like a cut on me and like more a self examine, self check on me, man, because like I'm still have to accept me, honestly, man, accept death, man, because I've been kind of going through it my whole life, man. But as I'm about the inside, right? But honestly, man, but you know what it is too. When you accept something, the Lord is going to the Lord. Honestly, most of the time, not all the time, is going to like see. It's like, listen, it is what it is. Let thy will be done. And that's what yeah. When you put it in the Most High house God's hands, man. Listen, they gonna make the right decisions because there's no judges above them. And got accept the Lord's will, man. So let me grab this too. Just even talking about that since you're going on into it, man. Because like, yeah, let me grab this too. Ecclesiasticus, chapter chapter 41, verse 8. It says, "For I'm sorry, Yeah, it says, it's verse 3. It says, "Fear not the sentence of death. Remember that have been before thee, and that come after. For it is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh." Exactly. Why dart against the pleasure of the Most High? There is no inquisition in the grave, whether they have lived 10 or 100 or thousands years. Yeah, so no matter how long you live, you're still gonna die. Actually, that kind of ties into what I was thinking about, kind of meditating on earlier with Job. But I'm going to touch on that in another video, Lord willing. About like because I was talking about that with somebody the other day, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, well, it doesn't matter what live 10, 100 or 1,000 years, man. It's still going to die, man. So that's just is what it is, and that's the will of the Lord, man. So it can't be against that. He even said that in Second Esdras. I forgot where at, but he said that there. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. That's just that Romans. Let's get this Romans 14:8, man, because let the Lord's will be done, man. And accept it, man. Like, even other things, not just death, just other things, man. Yeah, and not just death, dying to the old man. Like, got to kill off the old man. Kill off the old man. Accept that. Accept them. Want the the Most High house shall come to with you. Let like John said, like John the Baptist said, they must increase so I decrease, man. Like the brother Akawar said, like let the Most High house shall increase and your will decrease, man. So that's just what it is. It's like dying the death of the righteous, as you say, not just like physical death, but spiritually. But let's get this Romans 14:8. It says, "For whether we live unto the Lord; whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's." Yeah, so it's all the Lord's will, man. The Most High Yahshua's will, man. Not free will and all that other stuff, man. It's the Most High Yahshua's will. I could put that in this that thing, but it is what it is, though. Why am I gonna probably do that? But yeah, man, that's what it is. But more conversation I had with him, man. Like he's going to like how he beat cancer and everything he went through. I was like, listen, man, you should write a book. He said going into, man. At one point, man, he was working for the mob, man. It was just crazy. He was selling poker machines to him, but he didn't know that, man, until like it came at one point, like he told them like, listen, because he told me a story like one time he was working, he had to I don't want to be too long winded with this. He had to, he was like kind of late. He got busy, tied up with some stuff. He said this is back in like the 90s, whatever. He said, and one of the guys was like part of the mobs. Like he said, hey man, I was looking for you. Where you been? He's kind of being an asshole to him, kind of being rude to him. He's just like, listen, man. And he was like, listen, man, I wasn't being rude at all, but I did like kind of defend myself a little bit. I was like, listen, man, I have other things to do, things of that nature. So long story short, he leaves, does the job and leaves, and he goes gets a call and he goes like, his boss, he said, listen, man, I gotta go to the he said, come to the back. Like, he said, man, I've never been to like, he said, listen, man, I got stuff to do. I'm not sure why I come to the office, but he said, listen, come to the back. So yeah, he goes to the back, things of that nature, and he sees his boss. He said, "Listen, man, I never been to the back even when I got hired." He said, "Listen," he sees his boss here, and this guy's in a mob with him. So, and his boss is affiliate, or I think he was with him, things of that nature. So, like he goes into like he drops his keys and like and this is dangerous of having a mob mentality. That's why like having that group thing, that mob mentality, because the mob is like that. It's either their way or the highway, man. Actually, but shoot, but either honestly, man. But righteously won't be part of the righteous mob. Like the Most High in your house way, or that's how the Most High in your house is, man. Because like honestly, shoot, speaking of the mob, shoot, that's how the Most High house shot is. That's why not believing your house shot is crazy, honestly, because like even since we talking about the mob right now, like you can't just step to a made man, especially in that world. Ask anybody that any of those Edomites or Italians, things like that, or anybody been affiliated with that, you can't just go straight to a made man. You need to go to a consigliere, or I think that's what they call it, consigliere, or their right hand or somebody, or you gotta go through some people to go to that made man. So that's the same thing with the Most High house shop, but that's neither here nor there. But back to the story. So he goes in there, he drops his keys, and he's like, "Listen, man, I'm kind of done." They tell him, "Listen, no, you kind of you still like you're not understanding. You work for us now." So they kind of like kind of had a power trip, kind of like usual mob stuff. So then he finds another job a week later, and then he sees the same guy, like of one of the mob guys. He sees the same thing, and when he went back to him, he said, "Listen, this is why I was like, I told him like, listen, man, I appreciate that, man. Like like you standing on your own principles, man. Like he said, listen, I'm not gonna go. He said, listen, man, if y'all gonna kill me, you kill me, man, because I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna be getting chased around the city and around the state, things of that nature about focus. Y'all not gonna have me paranoid like who's working for a mob or not, man. I can't. I'm not going to go through this like if this like kind of and constant like fear in my life. Y'all gonna do something, do it, man. And and that spirit trickled over into like his battle with cancer, man. But this all goes into like the Lord's accepting the Lord's will, man. And so and I think fast forward, we just kind of started talking. He said, "Listen, I had to like move at one point to my little other house in Jersey, things of that nature. But as they quote unquote say, stand on business. No, man, that's actually real. Stand on what you did, man. That's all one of the best shows, man, ever, man. It's The Wire, man. Because each character, man, in that, man, that's just so realistic. Because each character, like whether they death or whatever happened, like they stood on what they because they know what they got themselves into, man. Like if y'all watch the show when Barksdale got hemmed up when he got locked up, he started smiling. He started smiling because he's like, no, this is what I signed up for. When Bodie, his character died, he died out guns blazing. He said, no, this is what I signed up for. Even Snoop, like when she died, like this is what I signed up for. Like even Weebay, like character Weebay, when he took it, man. I'm not glorifying that. I'm just saying it's all the principle of standing on what you say, man. That's why even Barksdale, if y'all seen in the basketball game, he went off on the ref. He said pretty much what he was teaching him. He said, listen, like stand on what you say, man. So it's a bunch of things with that, man. There's a lot of things. That's why stand on what you say, man. Stand on it, man. Honestly, I still need to work on that. Honestly, like stand on. Listen, no, I said what I said. That is what it is, man. That's why we know, like even here, like Philly, it's the Muslim. It's like pretty much the Muslim capital for our city, man. And like, shout out to brother send me your firstborn, like he said too one time, because like that's why I know the Quran wasn't written by an actual man, like or the Most High in your house had nothing to do with it, man, because like because like Quran means recitation. The Most High in your house, they're not gonna like the Wire said. Omar said in The Wire, he said you got me mistaken for a man that repeats himself. Like listen, Most High in your house, they said what they said. They were. That's why going to Ecclesiastes, like it says, told going to all too much other books. No, like that's what I can tell. Like that's not how they operate. Listen, the Most High in your house, I said. Listen, I said what I said. It is what it is, man. So that's what it is, man. They're having that acceptance, man. Like pretty much, man. Because like a lot of times when people, it's all catchphrase shit. Honestly, excuse my language, but that's all what it is too. Because like people say, "Oh, I stand on business. I stand on business." And I used to ask my students that last year. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? They can never tell me. And people say that a lot of times, but too, people don't actually do that, man. Because like it's a very few that actually do that. Like stand on what you said. Like That's is what it is, and that's what your house shot like. It says he was austere. I was actually looking at that in Luke 19 earlier when it means austere. It means that he was very disciplined, non-compromising, man. So that's the difference between the Most High and your house shot, man. Man will compromise. The Most High and your house shot won't, man. So I need to work on that, man, too. So, but it's all qualities I need to work on, man. But yeah, man, I just like doing like he's still in that because a lot of times too, I say this a lot of times too, like a lot of times like things are transferable, man. Like personality traits or character traits are transferable, man. Because a lot of times how you work is who you are, or who you are is how you work, or things going to transfer in all aspects of the other life, man. Because I remember I was talking to a coworker, a few weeks ago, man, and I was telling her like like a month or so ago, like she was kind of trying to go into studying law, things of that nature, because she says she doesn't like really police, she doesn't like the justice system. I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, sis, I understand that too, because me working with lawyers, a lot of times, I'm being honest, there are some lawyers that are good people, but a lot of times but part of being a good lawyer is not being a good person, man. It's LOL, because I ran into my future. Not saying every single lawyer is a bad person, but no, really, malicious or evil, spiteful, just cold. No, I'm not saying that, but a lot of them are, man. Because like but that kind of what makes it a good lawyer, man. Because I was telling her, she said, listen, you could be. I'm not really worried about who you are as a person. I'm talking about your job. But I didn't get a chance to explain to her. But a lot of times, too, things are transferable. When you're like that way of personality, wise is going to transfer to your job. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes people it's a totally opposite of whatever they are in their endeavor, or when they are at work, like they're different outside of that, and vice versa. So that's the thing too. But I'm saying that as a lawyer, as an example too. So things are just transferable, man. So. But yeah, man, this is crazy. He stood on what he said, and I was just reading before I even because I was in the library in Ardmore before I even left, man, I was reading prayer. I started reading prayer Azariah, man. And, prayer Azariah. What did they say? Listen, if we make it out here, or if we don't, man, we gonna believe in the Most High Yahshua. We're not gonna kneel to the idol. We're not gonna kneel before. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do anything of that, man. This is crazy. That I was even looking at that, man, because yeah, man. Let's get prayer Azariah 1 verse 1. I could yeah. Yeah, man, let's get at that. Yeah, it says, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahweh and blessed the Lord. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Like right before I left, that was the last thing I was kind of looking at, and and Lord willing, of course, like I had that conversation with my guy, and he kind of had, and he went through that, man. He went through like, listen, I'm gonna stand on. Or I said, if it's gonna happen, if it happens, if it doesn't, it doesn't, man. So that's all. Like, man, honestly, like that's all it is, man. Having that acceptance, man, with things, man. That's what a lot of times too. The Most High, your house out there will show you mercy with that. Once you had that acceptance. Now it's different between if you do something dumb and do like sin, transgress, or like commit iniquity, things of that nature. If you do that, then of course you had nothing to do except you can't expect nothing when like what we read earlier in First Peter. But if you just like even in the latter part of First Peter, if you're going through something, taking it cheerfully, like sorry, let's grab that, sorry, hey, then it is what it is. You'll get that mercy. You'll get whatever it is, man. Or you'll just grow spiritually, man. Sometimes you don't get anything. You just grow spiritually. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient with thou art changing a low state, man. So yeah, that says what it is, man. So like and a lot of times too, man. Let me grab this too, because he gave even those Edomite, man. Let's grab this too, man. Don't get twisted, man. Because like that's why, like, listen, man. Don't like the brother sent me firstborn said. Don't get it like because sometimes people out the word, even they could be of like of our kin, of the nation, of the people, or sometimes not. Doesn't mean like they don't have like wisdom from, especially from an older man, man. Because let me get this in Exodus real quick. Because yeah, man. Let me grab this too, man. Because yeah, man. Because too, man. Just because it's like they might be from another nation or like this older. I'm just gonna listen to an older man. If like older man in general, man. Like why not? Even though they don't, I don't really look as my elder. I mean, they are elder. They are elder. They are not really my elder because like I use it as in my kin, things of that nature. My kin, because elders of your people, honestly. But it's elderly man. I'm gonna listen to it, man. Let's look at this in Exodus. Exodus, what you call them, 18:14, man. This is a perfect example of this. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all he did to the people, he said, "What is the thing that thou doest to the people? Why shouldst thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening." So yeah, man, think about that too. That's what a lot of times too, man. Like that's a lot of things too. Like going to Lamentations 3:39, which I should have got. But what the living man do but complain, especially for punishment of his sins, man. Because a lot of times I complain, but think about it too. Because think about what the law says, man. Our law says, and how you had to do diligent inquisition, man. Like Sirach 11 goes into, and Deuteronomy 16 goes into diligent inquisition. Listen to matters, because Moses was doing that morning to evening. He had to listen to. He had to bear the burden of this is kind of precursor to Christ, but Yahushua did it even at a higher even level, carry that burden on his shoulders, man, from like each matter, things that nature. He had to judge, and he had to really listen to each matter, and it was it was a numerous multitude of us coming out the wilderness, man. And how to deal with Jake, especially in the wood. The truth. Just imagine being with Jake in the wilderness, or we deal with our people just in general here in his mind time. Imagine during Moses' time, he had to deal with that, man. But my point is was that just because it might be a man from it, because of course Jethro was a Midianite, but just because that too, this is what I kind of think too, because I was looking at this the other like a month or so ago, when it says that in Job, the judges, things about that in Job, because there was judges during Job's time. I always kind of think about this like a month or so ago. Like I wonder if this is kind of like Romans 2. Gentiles that were without the law do things that are contained in the law, because because there was Job, there was just spiritually, there was judges during Job's time, so yeah, and what you call them, as we see here, we see this with Jethro. suggested it. But anyway, it's just my point being that just because like if they listen to an older man, honestly, no matter what nation, is you Edomite, Ishmaelite, Arab, or Hamite, if he's Semitic or if he's Asian, no, yeah, no, man. Sometimes though, it depend on because we know ages and wise. That's just any nation of people, honestly. But if it's older wise, man, I'm gonna listen, man. Like gotta listen seriously, man. Listen to them, man. Like they might not be your elder to say they may be a elderly man. So like so even the elderly woman might have because I went into like a lot of elderly sisters or elderly women for that example because they lived long. Why not? Because they have experience. They live like they've been around like they was alive during the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some 50s too. She also ran into some older Edomite lady, Caucasian lady, months ago, man. Because I was out in the I was out in the library pretty much, Lansdowne. She showed me how she gave me a picture. I forgot where I put it of how Upper Darby used to be, man. I was like, wow, it's interesting, man. Just learning things about during that time. But it is what it is, man. So that's just what it is. But my point is being that, man, just the Lord's will, accept it, man. You got to, man. So let the Lord's be done because Yahushua did that on the stake to his death. Like many of what these righteous men, our forefathers, the prophets did, man. So yeah, man. So that's really is what it is. So hopefully it's edifying. So peace.